The Patreon pick this week, as requested by the Bebot on Patreon, was the 1987 film Raising Arizona. Who wants to describe it?
Dude, make Nico do it.
Nico, describe it.
Why me? Alright, so Raising Arizona is all about fucking the guy who Tanner thought was Chris Evans, but is actually very obviously not Chris Evans, being a little scam.
Who is it?
It's, I'm blanking on his name right now. It's very yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's being a little scamp, you know. He tends to go out and do a little crime every now and then. He's having a rough go of it, but eventually he ends up meeting a cute cop lady. They decide to hook up. They get hitched. They're living on their own, a cute little trailer park, and they decide, hey, we should, add a little sprite to this world along with us. So they try creating a homunculus, but alas, it doesn't go as planned. But hey, there are these people who just gave birth to like fucking 5 or 4 baby boys at once. So we're just gonna rob one of them and take them for our own. And so they do that, and who boy, does it not go as planned.
Fun fact, the script took 3.5 months to write, but filming took 10 weeks.
How long does script writing normally take?
Much longer.
Okay.
Probably.
I mean, hey, they clearly had a plan in mind and they executed it with efficiency. What can I say? S-tier movie.
Yeah?
No.
What are your real thoughts, though?
This movie was very silly. Dude, it's so weird because I recognize, like, I was gonna say so many, but I think it's just 2. I recognize 2 of the people in this movie. It's so jarring to see them in this setting as young as they are and using the accents that they're using.
The atrocious fucking accents.
I don't know about that. I feel like they were solid.
Why does someone from Arizona have a fucking, like, Appalachian Mountain hillbilly accent?
I don't even know,
Maybe
dude.
move there.
It's just, like, I like how they kept up the silly little... silly little machinations going on in the movie. I don't really know how to judge this movie. It was silly. That's about all I got.
Yeah, my main 2 notes are 2 question marks and then very strange. I thought this was a really weird movie. And I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't get all that into it, and the humor largely did not land for me. I am baffled by how well reviewed this movie is by, like, critics and audiences. This is like a beloved film.
I don't normally say this, and I'm not a judge of it. I don't think I truly know what the definition of it is, but I'm gonna give it a go here. You guys can correct me here in a second. Am I right to say the cinematography in this movie wasn't great? I thought it was.
I think it was fine.
I
thought it was fine. I think they had some clever shots. I think it was like above average, I would say. You know, they were trying with some pieces of it, but it wasn't anything crazy.
There was just a lot of interesting choices that they decided to make. I can respect a movie that chooses a theme and sticks with it. It's the movies that kind of wane back and forth where it loses me. And I'm kind of with Tanner. I didn't get super into this movie. It was entertaining to watch, I guess, to see the happenings on, but you know.
I mean, yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I also wasn't, like, really super into this movie, and none of the humor really landed for me, but I can see why it would land for a lot of people. One of the scenes I did really like and appreciate in this film was the big fight scene inside their fucking little tiny home, where it's like, you know... It's just supposed to be like this very normal brawl or whatever, but because like the space is so small, they just keep fucking destroying the entire fucking house.
Yeah, that was
which I thought was very fun. It was a very creative use of the environment, especially like when fucking Nicolas Cage like brings his hands up to do like a big old Hulk smash, where he just like fucking scrapes his hands across the popcorn ceiling and fucking burns him or whatever the fuck. That was sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Am I crazy if I say this movie reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite?
A little bit.
I never seen Napoleon Dynamite, but that feels like an apt comparison.
I was gonna say The Big Lebowski for me, but
I mean, yeah,
that's just because it has John Goodman in both of them.
Oh, was John Goodman in The Big Lebowski? Hold on a second.
Yeah, he was the big guy.
He was the what guy?
The big guy.
The conspiracy theorist dude.
Yeah, with the gun.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't remember this guy like at all. Very tuned out for early Guapish at the movies, apparently.
I forgot his fucking name.
John Goodman?
Isn't it like Randall or something in the movie?
Oh, yes, I remember him now. Okay, yeah, that guy was funny. I like John Goodman.
I'm
He's a
shocked
pretty
that the
funny
name
actor.
is what did it for you. I don't remember the names of like any of the characters from these movies we've seen.
Obviously, this movie has a kind of similar style to The Big Lebowski, where it's just kind of like some random bullshit going on. This one felt really, really weird. I could see liking this movie a lot if you were much more into the comedy style. I definitely think that some things were funny and well done, like, that fight scene was one of them. I like the interaction where the guy's boss came over and his kids were just going fucking ballistic. I thought that was silly. But I don't really understand what the point of this movie was supposed to be, what I'm really supposed to, like, gather from it. And a lot of the scenes were just really long, and I just didn't find them funny. Like, the most egregious one, I'm sure you guys already know where I'm going with this, is the one where he just randomly robs the store when they're gonna go get fucking diapers for a kid. And it just takes forever. It just keeps going. He's just getting chased down by everybody. It's just ridiculous. I literally said, like, what the fuck is going on while we were watching it.
That's the.
I thought you were gonna mention the scene of him like trying to kidnap the baby.
That's what I also thought.
That one is also really egregious too. I don't know what the fuck was happening there. I mean, his explanation afterwards of, I was getting out on like babies, I was scared of it, I didn't really know what was going on, kind of explains it, but it was still weird. But yeah, no, I think the chase scene was much more just given how fucking stupid it.
That's when I made the comment of like the cinematography wasn't great. That was a portion of the movie that was playing in my mind. There was a lot of odd shots they decided to take there that I didn't think were good. Also, just
the baby scene was very strange.
Just like also the plot that followed, like these dogs are chasing. Like how does this chase sequence work? Like they're just doing it for plot convenience. There's no actual linear progression through it because these dogs aren't gonna burst through the house like 2 minutes after these other guys did because there was no like a line of dogs following them. I'm getting too into the weeds about nitpicky about this. I'm just saying there were a lot of choices that.
I think that it's more just like sort of like a Looney Tunes sketch or something like from a cartoon, is how like all that kind of shit played out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Which overall, I guess just really wasn't for us, I suppose.
It's not my favorite thing in the world.
I can see how this was like very of its era.
Yeah, for sure. It relates a lot to people who are infertile and shit,
It does, yeah. I think that they have a very similar experience to what happens in this film.
Yeah, turn to a life of crime. Tanner, why are you looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what
the main couple were incapable of having kids. That's why this movie
relates. What is that? Like you phrased it as if you were like adding on to the point being made right before that.
I don't know. I was tacking it on somewhere. My brain is like somewhere in another part of the conversation. Where like, we're talking about this movie being cherished by people. That's where my brain was stuck on.
Gotcha. Okay.
My brain has the capability.
People who are infertile would really love this movie.
Yeah, I have the capability of pausing a conversation and continuing it at the same time.
Did this movie do well in the box office?
Oh no, did it? It sounds like it did if it was a cherished movie.
Well, either way, it sounds like we'll find out how it did in the box office in a bit here. For now, though, Jackson, would you rate it?
B-.
B-?
Huh.
That's an alright ranking. I think I'll join you there. I'll also go B-.
Damn.
So it had a budget of $6 million and made 20. Did I say billion? 6 million.
Huh.
And made 29 million worldwide.
Jesus, that's pretty damn good, I guess.
So yeah, that's successful, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know how that compares to other movies of the era.
I don't know.
I'm in between two ranks. I'll be charitable and I'll give it a C.
Yeah. I originally had this at a B-, and then I was thinking about The Big Lebowski. I know Jackson said he doesn't view this as the same thing. I would much rather watch Big Lebowski over this, so I think I'm just gonna.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm just gonna give it a C+ and call it good.
All right.
And that lands it at a C+.
Big Lebowski, good in my eyes. I remember not liking you too much when we first watched you. You've crept up a little bit. Good job.
The Big Lebowski just had so much more character than this movie.
Wasn't that also a Blake movie?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos, Blake.
He loves the Coen brothers.